Okay, today we are at 1009 Northeast 76th Circle in Vancouver, Washington. Right behind these fences here is a road, 76th Street, I think, or 76th Street, I think. And we're on 76th Circle. So there's a little bit of road noise here in the back. And I think actually behind those arborvitaes there's so the road as well. So you can kind of tell it's nearby. The front of the house, I just got here, my car's in the front. I'm sorry, my videos are always start a little differently. So it has the LP siding, and it has like the telltale like knots, which are like here, that one, and then also there's another one over here which I saw too. Oh, here it is. This one. I was at a home inspection for another buyer a few years ago, and the inspector pointed that out to me, that was the telltale knot of the LP siding. So it looks like it's been very freshly painted, which is good. The area that usually has the problem is along the bottom, so we'll look there. Okay, the side of the house appears to be wood T111 type of siding, maybe an older variety. Looks like they were, oh my gosh, I'm just walking through the plants. Whoops. Okay, there's an area here where they replaced a section around the window, or maybe they just thought of painting it a different color, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. I should watch more where I'm walking, I realize. Yeah, so this is the road here, and I kind of see the cars driving through a little bit behind the arborvitae, which is nice that it's there. So looking at the back of the house, another area where it's painted differently around the window, which is interesting. And the yard is pretty pleasant. I'm gonna step up here and you can see the road. I know you can see it in the satellite as well, but anyways, you can see there's the road I was talking about. It's kind of there's some lights on it, but it's not like a major one, but it is essentially a neighborhood through a street. So looking at the back of the house here, I don't think it would totally bother me, but I would probably want to add a water feature to kind of offset the noise a bit. So the house is kind of interesting. It's painted a few different colors in the back. I'm going to go back around the front though, because that's where I opened the door. I didn't go through the house yet. Your eyes are not deceiving you. These are two different colors. A version of a raised garden bed here certainly works. I can't see the roof is new, but it looks like a newer style. So that would come from the seller disclosure and the description of the house if the roof is newer. Okay, we'll go inside. Alright, so I'm going to shut the door so we can see how loud it is inside the house. Okay, I'll take off my shoes. Okay, it looks like these are new floors and some kind of vinyl. It could be the LVT vinyl, it could be something else. They're really quite nice. There's been a few showings so far. There's a few cards on the table. The kitchen has Formica countertops and then a corner sink overlooking the yard. Pretty pleasant view out there, really. These are oak cabinets. And it looks like the house is lightly staged versus that they live here. And if the refrigerator's here, it's probably included. Pantry. Maybe they're taking some of those things with them. Okay, sunken living room here, step down, but there's a pretty obvious transition with the rug and the carpet. Okay, I'm noticing the carpet is pretty worn. It's very stylish in color, but the carpet is worn, the pad is worn. You know, it's certainly usable, doesn't smell like pets or anything, but you know, maybe something that, you know, in due time you'd want to replace. It's not stained or anything. Okay, we have a bedroom here. The ceilings are painted white. That helps it feel light and bright inside. Newer style windows, double pane. Little road noise here in this bedroom, but this is the room closer to the road. Closet. And then like a hallway bathroom with a window, which is really nice to have to be able to get some fresh air in there sometimes. Looks like they painted the cabinets white. Just a regular round bowl sink, forced air heating. Another bedroom. Maybe they do live here. There's some candy or something on the counter or table. Maybe they're not leaving the refrigerator then. Okay. You get a little road noise in here. Okay, then we saw the deck already from the outside. So it looks like on one hand you could look at it and go, that looks like a Trex deck, but really they just took this textured stuff that they sold at Home Depot and they painted it over the top of the wood. It's supposed to do a few things, but I think they recalled it. So I think, in due time you'd be looking at stripping that stuff off and painting the deck again or staining the deck. And if there's any rot, to replace those rotted boards. Oh, I just noticed, although I should have noticed earlier, this is a vaulted room. I did have my coffee today, but maybe not enough coffee. Okay, then we have a step up over here to where the master bedroom is, or owner's suite. This room is more quiet than the other rooms, and I think it's just because it's a little further away from the road. Now, with the houses of this era, they tend to not have, actually all houses at this point don't have insulation on the interior walls. They just have them on the exterior walls. Unless you have a really old house like 50s or something like that, then it probably won't have an insulation on the outer walls. But so for this house, just being further away from the road in the master bedroom is going to be quieter, and that's how it is here. I just noticed right here is a outlet for the central vac, which may or may not be in place at this time. Little walk-in closet here. Looks like they've replaced the shelving to do double hung versus single hung for more space. And then in here, the master bathroom, looks like they've done some kind of epoxy coating over the top of this countertop. Maybe they didn't like what it looked like before, and it's not totally better, if I can say. It's hard to tell, but it's kind of got a little discolored here, and then it's pitting here and stuff like this. So you can just live with it until you want to change it out or whatever. Looks like it was replaced at some point because this cabinetry is different than the kitchen, and also it's a higher height, like a 36-inch tall. They had some wall-mounted thing here they took away, and then the window. It's kind of dirty, but you know what? It's very nice to have a window that opens in the bathroom. And then the shower, it's a walk-in shower. These appear to be the LVT floors, which are very practical for a wet space because they're impervious to water. The key is to just seal up those the connection points, which looks like it might be due for resealant. The doors look pretty good. A little bit of wear and tear right here, but generally just painted doors. And if you were to buy a house, I mean, this house is certainly great, but if you're buying a house that had the doors wood colored and you want to paint them, you certainly could. Okay, we have the coat closet here. Or not coat closet, that's not the closet, that's the linen closet. I need my coffee. I need coffee round 2. Okay, and then this must over here be the garage. Yes. All right, so they've kind of used this a lot for storage. And they've got the washer and dryer out here, and double strapped hot water heater. And then the furnace is running. And I don't know if there's anything on here to really look at. It looks like it was installed in 2009, and doesn't seem to have any other markings on this little sticker here about additional servicing. They've got overhead shelving there, which they're probably leaving. And then the garage looks like a normal sized garage. It's about 1 foot or so, probably on either side of the garage door. And then the depth seems adequate. I'm not measuring it, but it seems just fine. So this is this house. Okay, aside from the siding, which you can have at a house this age, which looks actually in pretty good shape, and aside from the road, which is the other kind of negative, I think it's a pretty great house, and the neighborhood is really attractive. It seems to be, a well-kept neighborhood, and people seem to be taking good care of their houses. And the trees on the street are very pretty, to see the nice evergreen trees nearby. It's a great little spot, really.